Welcome back to Legalese 123, where we are covering cases across America. Welcome back to Legalese 123. I'm your host, Missy K. We are in part 2 of the Brian Walshe case. Testimony began today, and we are on the part 2 of segmenting things out. Currently on the stand is Harrison Schmidt, a sergeant at the Cohasset Police Department. He is on his second interview with Brian Walshe. Unfortunately, nothing's been recorded via face-to-face. It's only audio recording only. There are 2 other police officers from the Cohasset Department present as well as Massachusetts State police officers have been on the scene. DeChico is sitting at the table with the other officers interviewing Brian Walshe, while Yuri Buchanan is talking to Brian Walsh's mother in the other room. Testimony is continuing on, so let's begin. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to hear more content. I will be giving a summarization on all my other platforms, TikTok and Facebook and Instagram if you're interested. So let's go ahead and add this to the stage and let us begin. Oh, so loud.
Yes, thank you.
Your Honor,
Bring
before
in the
jurors come
jury.
can I ask? We have created a blank calendar for the jurors and for everyone. I believe it was a motion to eliminate and it was unopposed. Could I mark one for ID and then pass them out, have the court officers pass them out to the jurors?
I'm fine with that. Any objection to that?
No, you don't.
All right.
When I talk on the microphones, it's very loud in my ears. I'm trying to keep the volume up for you so you can hear when they go and do this audio recording. It's really hard to hear with my other headphones, so this is where we're at. So I'm going to try to zoom so we can get to the jurors coming in.
Thank you. H for ID.
Okay, here we go. Jurors entering. Microphone, so loud. Let's begin. Come on, hurry up.
May you stand, please?
This is his attorney, Kelly Porges. She's really good.
Court is back in session. You may be seated.
You have the witness back on the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor. Commonwealth would recall Harrison Schmidt.
Microphones, you can hear everything.
Oh, we'll wait until he gets back on the stand.
I don't know why they don't put the microphone up to the audio recording, but it's a live court. What are you going to do? You just have to just continue on and just hope for the best. I'm trying to do my best to surmise it for you, so hopefully we'll figure it out. Maybe they figured it out during the break.
Your Honor, may we continue with Exhibit 54? I believe we left off at 14 minutes and 33 seconds on the media player.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Exhibit 54, here
Ms.
we go. Ms. Gilman, hardest working lady in the courtroom.
And I was happy to live anywhere with her at that point, but that was, I mean, we grew up with. And I don't ask this to everyone, but is there any extramarital with you or? No, not at all. Certainly not with me. And not that I have any information on this. Like everyone who called me, it's amazing. Like how it worked all. It was the same story that I had. It's the same story Alyssa and Bella and faster over 80 is that she works all the time and she flies home to see you guys and she comes back and she's constantly working. And, she said that she would like eat her bed and pass out a lot. So that was everyone else's experience. So yeah, I would be surprised that when we were younger, we were seeing when we were first dating, we were seeing other people. But that was 12 years ago. more. So in your experience, you had no suspicion that she was seeing someone else or anything like that? No indication to you that was going on? No, not at all. I mean, obviously, we were apart, but we spoke a lot. That's why, like, we were like,
Oh, says no, of course not. Now we don't know for sure when and if he found out that she did or was not seeing William Fastow, so we'll have to see. I'll continue, but I'll go back a little bit. So hang on just a second.
don't worry. More. So in your experience, you had no suspicion that she was seeing someone else or anything like that? No indication to you that was going on? No, not at all. I mean, obviously, we were apart, but we spoke a lot. That's why, like, people were like, well, don't worry if you haven't spoken to her. But we spoke all the time. We spoke in the morning and in the evening. So. And everyone, rings.
Okay, I have to pause there. They spoke all the time, right? So where is it during this speaking to her? And then now all of a sudden they're speaking all the time, but he hasn't heard from her. He has no concern as to her whereabouts. Where is she? He's not panicked. He's not like crying. He's not like really upset. Where is she? He's just like, we talk all the time. Again, I wish there was a video. I could see his face. I'll go zoom back. Here we go.
We were apart, but we spoke a lot. That's why, like, people were like, well, don't worry if you haven't spoken to her. But we spoke all the time. We spoke in the morning and in the evening. So. And everyone, rings, talk about her husband and kids. I mean, it seems weird to have an affair. She had close friends here. I know she spent a lot of time in DC, and when she came here, she was like with you, with family most of the time. Yeah. Did she have someone that she would spend time with you, like a girlfriend? Or... Yes. So there's.
Okay, I paused it here. If you can hear, if you had headphones on or what have you, you can hear clearly. There's something or somebody else you can hear talking. Sounds like a woman's voice. It is. It's his mother in the other room. You can't quite hear what they're saying, but it is very sort of distracting because you hear this other conversation. I'm desperately trying to listen to this because you can barely hear it as it is. So it is very interesting. I'll go back. Sorry for the pauses.
Rima. She had close friends here. I know she spent a lot of time in DC, and when she came here, she was like with you, with family most of the time. Yeah. Did she have someone that she would spend time with you, like a girlfriend? Or... Yes. So there's Rima, a very good friend of hers. Ferreira. She is the head of HR for the Park Plaza Hotel. How do you spell Rima? I know how to spell the first name, not the last name. Rayma. Rayma. So Rayma. And then Ferrer, which I'm not as familiar with. Ferre. Ferrer. All right.
And you said head of Park Plaza?
Yes. And anyone else? Yeah, so Rima was so when she was here, she spent most of her time with us. Trying to think who else were people that she would lead. Rima was the biggest. Jam, obviously. So I'm trying to think. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah. I'm got distracted. Rima, Jam. Well, Peter Pruitt was here.
Peter came by?
Yeah, Peter came. He didn't. I was like, I'm fine. He showed up anyways. It was like he needs support. So that's Alice's brother. He lives in Walshe, so we're pretty close with them.
So you know
Peter and Anna went to, they had a leadership training together.
Okay.
And
was Jim part of that as well?
Jim was part of my leadership training.
Oh,
yeah. So that's how a lot of us know each other through this.
Okay. So, Peter Kirby, leadership training.
Yeah, and she was, what we call, her group was B2 and my group was B3. We raised over $200,000 from the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
That's part of leadership training is the community service projects.
Okay.
Something Jim and I continue to do. So.
Oh, nice.
What do you think?
What do you think? First it's been like, I feel like it's a bad dream. I'm having to wake up and it's gonna be all over. I'm having a hard time sleeping or thinking. And then the fact that my mother has an investigative team in DC who's now, they don't believe she went back to DC. And Jan and Della are like, well, where else did she go to? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, like if you said she went to New York or Mars, anyone could be possible because I have no idea where else she would go. And I talked to Candace today, who's a friend of ours, and I said she's not someone that would ever go haywire like that. That she would just like go and not say anything to anyone or take a large sum of money from one of the accounts and just leave you. She wouldn't leave us or her kids. I mean, it's not possible.
What are you guys doing for banking? I know she's got the JetBlue card.
Yeah, so I everything's in her name the way I set it up. Like my grandfather's taught me, make sure your wife is always taken care of. And with my legal problems, it's been useful. And also she always pays things on time, and I do not. So
But she bank institution stuff like
yeah, so she's got Liberty Bank. She's got one more was at a Grand Bank. And then she's Apple Credit Union in Virginia, which she's had for probably 10 years, 15 years.
Apple Credit Union.
Yeah. So all the money goes there. Then we got the Chase cards. We have the Fidelity, which something happened. Something happened with the Fidelity card when she was in Belgrade. So that hasn't been used really.
Is that like canceled?
It was. I think we might have used that one. And then the JetBlue, which is the only one that I don't deal. I don't deal with bank accounts. I don't deal with those. But I used to deal with all the investment accounts and all of the view of.
Obviously, we want to contact these banking institutions.
Yeah.
If any activity is going on.
Sure. I would. Yeah. I would.
Have you been monitoring this?
I'm monitoring the Chase. The Fidelity, nothing's been going on, but the Chase, I use the Freedom card, and the last time she used the Freedom card in Belgrade, it doesn't have foreign transaction fees. So I was like, so I called her to go use the card there. So then she switched to the other Chase, and then she got the JetBlue because she's like, hey, I want these 80,000 points. So that was the last sort of credit card conversation we had 6 weeks ago or something. 4 weeks ago.
Okay. When's the last time you checked the activity on these card accounts?
I had to check today because the Freedom we use for a company I work with, Threshold, which is a sports card or a mobility company. So they buy from their whatever the vendor, we put it on the credit card, and then they pay us back. So that's one of the. So I'm always checking that card.
Okay. Any suspicious activity on that?
No.
Any transactions you don't recognize?
There's nothing I don't recognize. No.
Okay. As far as travel, has Anna done any like domestic travel in the United States in the past year or two, like anywhere?
It's been DCA to Boston, and then I think she went to Chicago or she went to Chicago to meet some of the head brass at Titian Spire. Then she went to Belgrade, and that was it. No, she was complaining about travel since my problem, so we were looking to do something at some point.
So Chicago for what?
Yeah.
What was the destination that you really wanted to go to?
Oh, Japan. She kept saying, "Why don't we take her to Japan?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." It was
on my list.
I had done a lot of business there years ago. I said, it's good. She loves the Japanese food, so.
phone. You guys have a family plan?
Okay, so I paused there for a second. What do you feel like his demeanor is so far when you're hearing him explain these things to is the day after? So I think it's like the 5th or the 6th. I need to just double check and see. So what what's his demeanor here? I, I wrote down he seems jovial, right? Oh, we're going to go to Japan. I've been there and I've had some food. Like again, not panicked, not worried, not like upset, running around like a crazy person. Where's my wife? What's going on with her? Where could she be? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I find it very suspicious. Let's continue. I'll back up a little bit.
You had a family plan. Going back to our phone, you guys have a family plan or you had a family plan?
Okay, so we have a family plan. When she got the job at Schmidt's Fire, she's like, trying to decide what to do. She's like, well, she wanted to take her phone over, so she ported it over, and then she left the family plan that we had.
So you have no access to like her.
I
no
know,
records, right?
no, but Schmidt's Fire wants, right? So,
Yeah, well, that's.
you're not, oh, I thought you had the phone number.
We've been talking with them, but they're a big company, so getting information from the bigger
Oh,
companies.
really?
So, yeah,
Oh, I thought they were just handed right over.
they always have corporate attorneys.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, if she was on the family, I mean, I'm so, if she was on the family plan, I could like just like hand it right over to the guy right now. Yeah, all the phones, mother, Michael, her brother, me, and on it, so.
Okay.
Anna was married to them?
She was, yes.
And what's the relationship like with her?
They don't talk anymore.
How long ago was that marriage?
Prior to being married to Brian. And so now we're just getting a little glimpse of this. I knew this before heading into this trial. So I'll back it up, but let's just see what he has to say about her prior marriage. Because again, they need to look into anything and everybody and leave no stone unturned, right? I think they're doing an amazing job, right? Who's this? Who's that? What about this? What about that? They are doing everything they can to try to find her. Little do they know that he's already done things to her. All right, sorry. I'll back it up. Here we go.
Okay.
Anna was married to them?
She was, yes.
And what's the relationship like with her?
They don't talk anymore.
How long ago was that marriage?
I guess she got. She must have gotten divorced in 2012. And it was only like the last 3 years or so.
So they don't have, to your knowledge, or?
I keep asking, because, talk to Martha, like, he won't talk to me. They were talking a little bit, but once we started having kids, that was it.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, you said you keep asking. What?
I said, if you want to talk to Mark, it's been a long time, we had a good relationship. I mean, it wasn't a bad person, just didn't bring everything out, so. But she said that every time she's reached out to him, he hasn't got back in touch with her. But he lives in DC. That's word of that.
What's his name?
Mark Knipp.
Mark Knipp?
Yeah, it's spelled Knipp, Knipp. One of the chase cars is under that married name.
Okay.
We don't use that one. That's the first one she got with him.
Gleaned some information there that we didn't have before. So apparently they don't talk, but Brian asks her periodically, has she spoken with him? And he said that she reaches out to him, but he doesn't reach back out to her. But she still has a credit card in her name, her prior married name. Well, that's interesting. And and he lives in DC too. How convenient, right? Let's continue on. I'll back it up a little bit.
But that cars is under that married name.
Okay.
We don't don't use that one, that's the first one she got with him, but that, she never changed it from, so it's on the commit on the card.
But it's still an active credit
It's
card.
an active card, but, we ever used it, there's $229 credit on it. It hasn't been, no one's used it for the last 6 or 7 months, so.
You know, you can carry a large amount of cash with her.
So we've discussed this occasionally, but I mean, there's been times she only had $50 with her, like, she had $10,000 when she came back from Belgrade, she brought it for a lawyer who's, Serbian, who lives in, who went there, lives in, what's the, I'm sorry, it's by the water, near Boston, Winthrop. They live in Winthrop, so we took it over. So that would be a lot of money for her, but she has had it, $2,000 to $5,000 at times. But
her personal use.
no, she just like carried if we had cash for fresh bowls, or if there was some money I could give to her, but then she would forget. So that there were times when she'd be carrying a lot of cash. But I don't know if she had a lot of cash on her this time though. I don't go through the moment, so. But there are times where I said to me money, she's only got $50. But she always dresses like she had a lot.
There was no financial trouble, nothing like that.
No, actually, we're doing better than ever right now. We're facing restitution charges, but with the new job and where the real estate has worked out, we're really in good shape.
Did you guys have any arguments or anything on New Year's Eve?
No,
New Year's Day before she left?
no, I wasn't enough time on New Year's Day to have an argument, but New Year's Eve, everything was fine. We were excited, what she wrote. When Peter saw what she wrote, for like, it was very positive, and Jen was here, and it was, it was exciting. Like 2022 was a hard year, but 2023 is going to be the best ever. And she was like, and it's just not, no, they are at all.
You guys have you had arguments, major arguments in the past, anything like that?
So the biggest, and yes, I mean, the integrity is arguments, but we're very aligned with almost everything that we do. We really have a lot of the same tastes, and ultimately we defer to each other with what the other person's good at. But the biggest argument we had in 2022 was when she had to go to Belgrade for 2 weeks, and that was 2 weeks of vacation. I was like, I don't know if you can use you hear voice for 2 weeks, so I have to go to Belgrade. So that was our biggest argument, and I couldn't get in touch with her. My mother reminded me, I couldn't get in touch with her for the first few days in Belgrade because the phone didn't have international. So I was upset about that. So that was the only other time this year that didn't have contact with her daily.
So you normally have daily contact with them?
Yeah, more than once.
What's the longest you go no contact?
The 3 days in Belgrade, and there was the last week of December, there's some points in December where there was like 24-hour gaps, which was really.
Okay, I have to pause it there. So they haven't had very many arguments, but he was upset when she went to Belgrade for Thanksgiving. Apparently, I guess she had a 2-week vacation or something like that. She went to go see her mother because her mother was apparently sick, and also something about a lawyer, get money, something about perhaps, I don't know, maybe with her mom or this land issue that she was having with her half sibling Elon. And then he couldn't reach her for 3 days. I want to see what his text messages were for those 3 days and why he couldn't reach her compared to currently right now and his desperation to reach her now. Compare those two to find out like what those messages are, the context of those messages, right? He's been trying to reach her in Serbia. I can't reach you, blah, 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 blah. Were those like urgent messages, etc., versus compared to now? Because now we're about 3 days out, right? And is he having those same, is the context the same? Secondly, or thirdly, or fourthly, her boyfriend's with her in Serbia. William Fastow, the DC real estate exec who helped them purchase her home, is in Serbia with her on her vacation. So just wanted to point that out. We're going to resume, but we'll back it up again.
Not normal.
What's the Walshe no carpet?
The 3 days in Belgrade, and there was the last week of December, there's some point in December where there was like 24-hour gaps.
Okay, sorry. I just like a thought popped in my head. 3 days are missing, but earlier he said, oh, we text all the time. And if I can't get a hold of her, she'll like text me right back. Not the case here, right? Right, I'll go back.
Which is really, yeah,
What's the Walshe no carpet?
the 3 days in Belgrade, and there was the last week of December, there's some point in December where there was like 24-hour gaps, which was really not normal. And then when she was supposed to be here, she wasn't, and I was like, I'm gonna some person before you're missing, where are you? But like 24 hours, 36 hours would be a lot of time. But I was making a big deal out of it over the last couple of months, and everyone told me to relax about it, and then I did. So I feel good.
Okay, again, I've got to pause. Okay, so he said a couple of things here. So in Belgrade, 3 days. And then he just said in December, there's been a couple of gaps within like a 24-hour period where they didn't talk. And he made a big deal out of it. And she said, don't make a big deal out of it. And again, she was with her paramour at Christmas time before she went to go see the kids. So, is this adding up? We'll see. We're going to see what comes in. I'll back it up again. Let me go. Yeah, let's continue.
When you guys,
24 hours, 36 hours would be a lot of time. But I was making a big deal out of it over the last couple of months, and everyone told me to relax about it, and then I did. So I feel good.
when you guys did communicate, what was the conversation like?
What?
Just any time, like during
Oh,
the last
yeah.
couple months when she's been traveling.
Oh, yeah.
For work.
I mean, like, yeah, it's been like, she always says, hey, hello, hello, and this is what I'm doing today. I said, oh, the boys are up. Sometimes I would send photos of the kids. She would send me photos of what she's doing. We'd have a recap. Anyway, at night I'd be like, oh, I'm tired. The kids are running crazy. Oh, there's no food because I do all the cooking normally. So I say, I'm going to coffee to get something to eat. And, it's just a recap of it. Normal as if we were together. Yeah, as if we were together without being in person. But there were some nights on that I remember December like 23rd, 4th, 2nd, 1st. We didn't have those calls because I think I'd been sick and she was tired, so we would go to bed. Kids sometimes they go to bed like, if you guys not come, I was going to go to bed. I didn't sleep well last night, so I was going to try to get some sleep tonight. So it's not uncommon for us to go to bed very early.
Is there any mental health issues at all with Anna? Does she have any indicators to you that something is amiss there, or any diagnosis?
No, not for me. My mother might have a different opinion, certainly, but yeah, she's like that. Well, I guess they're not. Yeah, probably pushing. Pushing, not a mental problem. Yeah, sorry. But no, probably. If I really couldn't think of anything. I mean, she'd never.
Again, jovial, right? Jovial, talking about mental health issues. He's saying that his mother might have a different opinion about Anna and her mental health issues. But to me, it's like, of course, I'm playing Monday morning quarterback, right? I already know what happened. So, but listening to it, it kind of sounds like a nervous sort of laugh, uh, giggling, but jovial sort of thing. Again, where's the urgency? Just my suspicions.
Thought about psychiatry or even discussed it until recently.
Has she ever been violent or that?
No, no,
Have you guys ever had a physical confrontation?
no, none of that stuff.
Okay. So, what was his answer to the physical confrontation? No, no, no. Right? And again, I wish we had a video because I would like to see like what his posturing was during that, etc. I'm gonna back it up so that you can hear it again because something happened to Anna, right? Something happened that night. Did they get into a physical altercation? He says she just died of natural causes, right? Something happened to her. Let's hear him say that again.
Or anything like that?
No,
Have you guys ever had a physical confrontation?
none of that stuff.
And there again is that nervous laugh. No, 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 never, you know?
You know, it's for us coming in here. It's tough because we obviously want to find out as quickly as possible. We don't know her, and you know,
Yeah.
there's many common reasons why people don't miss it. I'm trying to get the answer to those questions.
Well, please
as
feel,
best we can.
please feel free to ask any questions that you have. Don't worry about moving. I understand that you're here to find out and you're working for her.
Well, all right. I mean, one of the reasons someone goes missing is because they were abused or injured or assaulted. Did you do anything to hurt your wife?
No, sir. I wouldn't hurt my wife. I mean, I love my wife. All we want is to have her back. This family doesn't work without her. I mean, we can't function without her.
You guys never had a physical fight, nothing like that before?
No, not at all.
I mean, so there's no mental health, there's no financial problems, there's no extramarital affairs, no physical abuse. The only stress I'm hearing right now is the work.
Being separated.
Separation,
Yeah.
depression from the combination of those two.
Yeah. Also, her mother being ill, she had a major neurological event last year, and that's why she had to go to Belgrade. So the big pressure from that. But my mother has had some health problems. So, and then the kids, it all adds up. I mean, I want you to know. Up until, I'm looking at it now, it's nothing compared to this. It seemed like a lot a week ago. Being apart.
Okay, so he brings up a great point, right? So they're listing all of these potential things, right? And the police, oh my goodness, I wish I could see their face. They're probably like, okay, so let's go down the list of the crimey things that could have happened. Could she have been abducted? Could she have run away? Did you physically abuse her? Did somebody else physically abuse her? Did somebody take her? What happened to her? Where is she? She had mental issues. Could it be the S word? What are the stressors in her life? So they list work, no extramarital affairs. Guess what? They're gonna find out about that one soon when they start investigating further. But he just mentioned the kids, right? Are the kids a stressor? I can imagine they are. Can you imagine? So there's two adults in this relationship. One is like parents all the time, right? I'm not trying to be sexist here, but most women are the caretakers for the children, and the men usually are the ones that go to work. There's that resentment that the women are home all day long taking care of the kids 24/7, etc., while the men are off at work. Well, you heard earlier that she had come into town and she went to go take an exercise class and she went to go do her nails. Who's taking care of the kids? One, they're in kinder care. They also have a nanny. So these kids are being raised by other people. Brian Walshe is doing the bedtime routines, right? So are the kids a stressor? He's at home with the kids. He's the one having to manage taking them to kinder care. He's the one having to manage the nanny. She lives in DC. Kind of, sort of, right? Some of the time, sort of the time, she's going off to Belgrade to go see her mom, and then she's back in DC. So, like, she's out having a good time, right? No children, and he's the one at home. Could that also have been a stressor? Because remember, when people sort of like, what's the straw that breaks the camel's back, right? What's the end all stressor that everything just sort of just ends, right? Could they have been fighting that night? I think the answer is yes. Something happened to her, right? Could the kids have been brought up and him saying, I'm home alone with the kids? Again, we don't know whether or not he did or he didn't know about the paramour. And again, he's supposed to go into jail. So all of these things add up to Anna's not with us anymore. The police don't know just yet. They're going to find out. So let's continue.
Mother's not doing well, the legal problems, the kids growing and you're worried about all of those things seem like a lot.
To you or to her?
I think, well, we discussed them both, like I was like overwhelmed by the three children. This is a really bad situation. We discussed splitting them up, like I would go with her and I want to split the kids up. So why did we all kids? And I was like, how is that going to be for your job? I mean, we did not have a good solution. I mean, up until, it felt untenable until right now. I'll go back to that one. It'd be very easy for me to work that because I still have my partner would be here right now to work it out.
Okay, I got it. I got it. That was one of the stressors for him, right? That could have been the straw that broke the camel's back. The kids, right? Right now, he's currently taking care of the kids. They don't know about his pending potential jail sentence, right? And maybe she said to him, listen, you need to take care of the kids because you're not going to see him in a little while. And then you talk about splitting up the kids. I guess they could live with her part of the time and come live with him part of the time. I don't know, but I do believe that the stressor of this upcoming sentence, her being in DC, and the overall what to do with the children, and that he currently is the primary caretaker for them, the parent taking care of them. I think that was a huge stressor. Again, I wish there was a video. We can see it. Let's continue. Oh, and if I were the police and they're like, well, that seems like a lot, right? You like just listed a litany of things, a whole host of things. So where's Anna? What happened to her? Like you've just listed a whole bunch of stressors. Like if their antenna or their radar is not up that something's super suspicious, then they're not good detectives. Let's continue.
Where would you go to look for it? I mean, if you could go anywhere right now, where do you go to look for it? You have a favorite place? You have,
We gathered everyone, we were exhausted, we told them the hotels, the hospitals, and a favorite restaurant in DC, which is near the house. There were investigators waiting there all day, people or something like that, because they thought maybe we should go there, but I don't know, Anna was not someone who would just want to go out and, she was adventurous, but not that adventurous, when she had a layover in Frankfurt, I think, and I told her that, her flight is delayed, so I said, go into town. I go, I don't know. She's not someone who would want to do it by herself. That would be, she would always want to do it with me, or at least someone else. I like to think it would only be with me, but obviously, but it wouldn't be something, she would just go off on her own, like my mom.
Ooh, is that a faux pas? She's not adventurous, but she wouldn't go out by herself. She wanted to go with me or someone else, but mainly me. Oh, is that a test? What happened looking back playing money border quarterback, but Interesting. Interesting. Because when you lie, you're like, you sometimes have tells that you tell on yourself. And that's what I'm listening for. I'm listening for him telling on himself. All right, we'll continue. Let me back it up a little.
By herself. It would be, she would always want to do with me or at least someone else. I mean, I like to think it would only be with me, but obviously, but it wouldn't be something, she would just go off on her own, like, like my father would travel by himself and seeing TV and things like that. So that was not my experience in Lana.
And this tough week last week, you don't think it rises to the level of wanting to hurt herself or anything like that?
I just can't, I mean, I personally can't imagine that. But she did, I mean, I remember, I talked to Alyssa about it today, where she's a friend of Carrie Westbrook. And I guess she was gonna go see her. They've been good, they came up with another Washington together. I don't know what happened, she was trying to get there, but SIM card broke and she was exhausted, not feeling well. I saw her, she was on FaceTime with 5 minutes because the SIM card was broken. And I was like, I guess maybe I was complaining about some stuff, and she's like, hey, you're breaking, I'm not doing very well. It's the first time she ever said that. I say that all the time, I'm not doing well, but it was the first time she ever said that to me. So that was new, and Jen said that she seemed different, but I mean, the extent that you're talking about, to this extent, is, this is just unbelievable.
Was that before or after Christmas?
Before Christmas. No, SIM card went down after Christmas because she got in touch with me very quickly. So we got it.
Well, I know you said you're willing to, do whatever you can to help the investigation. We thank you for that. And, part of that, I think, is trying to understand Anna. And I think if you would allow us to look through your phone and consent to us downloading your phone and seeing some of the communications between you and her and like her tone. And you said in the interview that she said that she may have used your phone occasionally to receive stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'll help us really create a permanent timeline of the events of the 1st and the 31st and 1st, and maybe get a better insight into Anna. Is that something you'd be okay with?
Just to be clear, you want to download everything on my phone?
We will download, the extraction will download all the contents to your phone, yes.
Oh, that's a lot.
What we're focusing on though is, what we're interested in, yes, download everything, but we're interested in locating Anna and finding information specifically in there that would help us do that. Anna specific content.
That's a huge amount of personal information, gentlemen.
It's a big ask, but there's a lot on the line.
No, there is a lot.
You know what I mean?
All right, folks, we have entered into uncomfortable territory, right? Can you hear him now? Well, that's a lot. So here, you want to help us, right? You want to help us find Anna, and so you said you're going to do whatever you want. So we're going to download your phone, everything on your phone. Oh, that's a lot. So let's. I'm going to back it up a little bit, but we're going to play it out and see exactly what he says.
In there that would help us do that. Anna specific content.
That's a huge amount of personal information, gentlemen.
It's a big ask, but there's a lot on the line.
No, there is a lot.
You know what I mean?
What's your concern?
I don't know.
Your other legal issues?
That's one of them. I guess my request would be, I'm willing to do anything, but my only request would be because Tracy might have called me today about what's going on. And
Who's that?
Tracy Minor was representing me.
Okay.
So she said, before you do anything, you have to talk to me.
Okay, Tracy Minor has entered the talk. Okay, so I wish. Okay, so the police, sometimes when you're questioning somebody, you don't offer them an answer, and the police offered him an answer or a way out. What are your concerns? They didn't leave that question open, and they answered it for him. Oh, your other legal issues. And I wish they would have not done that, and they would have left it open. Answer. But so Tracy Minor, if you don't already know, Tracy Minor was his attorney on the fraud case. He's been in contact with her about the phones. And spoiler, Tracy Minor had an agreement with the district attorney's office that they can collect some of his devices and only download text communications between he and Anna during this set time frame from like December 29th through like January 6th or whatever. Text communications only. Well, as you know, I've said it before, spoiler alert, sorry, Nicholas Guarino and Connor Keefe. Connor Keefe got his phone, downloaded everything, didn't just go ahead and do exactly what the agreement was, downloaded everything. Ended up finding location data that Brian lied and said that he was at one place where he was at somewhere else. And so then that's when they started going and finding the video and stuff from all these other places that were mentioned in the opening statement. Found out that he wasn't where he said he was going to be. He said he was at Whole Foods and a CVS. He ended up going to like Home Depot and Lowe's, etc. And they ended up getting the video footage of that. They also found out that he was going to the dumpsters. They went to the dumpsters, found her stuff. So that was a bone of contention in reference to the law as to did they overstep their bounds and go a step further than what they the legal agreement was agreed upon. And they had an evidentiary hearing. If you go back into my streams that I've done, we did an evidentiary hearing with all of these. No big deal. We downloaded it and, we'll let the lawyers figure it out. But we did our job. And they could essentially go on there and say, I only want communications or what have you. They can go in and specifically click those things. They didn't. So again, in Massachusetts, people call it Massachusetts, people call it corruption or what have you. You can be the finder of fact in that information. I'm sure it may or may not come up as to what the agreement was or wasn't. But so Tracy Minor has entered it, and we're going to go back and hear what his initial conversation with Tracy was about his phones.
What's your concern? I don't know, are there other legal issues?
That's one of them. I guess my request would be, I'm willing to do anything, but my only request would be like, because Tracy might have called me today about what's going on. And
Who's that?
Tracy might was representing me.
Okay.
So she said, before you do anything, you have to talk to me. I want to do everything I can to support this 100%, but I gotta call her about it.
She said before you do anything, like turn on the phone or
No,
anything?
like before you do anything else. I mean, she always wants to be here to talk to her. Unfortunately, I said, well, I'm going to talk to them and give them money that they want. But I have to ask her quickly about that. I'm sure it'll be fine, or she might say, hey, can we just do the information that you're asking for?
Right.
Well, that's all we would be interested in. We'd be interested in your communication with Anna and dates of, the 31st and the 1st of presence. When I'm interested in your other tasks.
No, I understand.
And, that being said, I believe, that you're represented by counsel in that matter. I don't, I'm not legal, despite being a police officer, I'm not a legal expert, but talk to your attorney, but I believe that require a search warrant for that stuff to be used against you, and that's not what we're looking to even.
How long would it take for you to download it?
It would take, once we hook it up to the machine, which is in Canton, it would take, depending on how many gigabytes of data.
Yeah, like 128 or something.
It's a smaller one.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. We're going to go back for just a quick second because I don't know who's talking. I don't know if it's to Chico or whether it's Harrison who's talking. We don't know who's on camera, but they mentioned something about things over, it can be used against you. I want to get that exact quote. So I'm going to go back just a little bit to get that because I found that was very interesting. So let's see if we can get there.
It would take, once we hook it up to the machine, and that's not what we're looking to even.
How long would it take for you to download it?
It would take, once we hook it up to the machine, which is in Canton, attorney, but I believe that by counsel in that matter, I don't, I'm not legal, despite being a police officer, I'm not a legal expert, but, talk to your attorney, but I believe that require a search warrant for that stuff to be used against you, and that's not what we're looking to even.
How long would it take for you to download it?
All right, there you go. There you have it, folks. Law enforcement at their best. Okay, so if you're being represented by your counsel, we would have to get a search warrant, and anything we find will be used against you. I don't think Brian heard that. I don't know why he's worried about how long it will take them to download the phones, but let's continue on.
It would take, once we hook it up to the machine, which is in Canton, it would take, depending on how many gigabytes of data.
Yeah.
It's a smaller one.
Then, I don't know, it could be 30 minutes, 32 hours.
Okay, so now it's
An hour to download. Yeah. I think it would be useful to our investigation.
Okay. All right, well, I wanted to know that I'm absolutely, that is my intention.
Sure.
And my only request is just talk to Tracy and let her know that that's what I want to do. At least let her give me what my exposure would be in life.
Right. Just so you're aware, the need peace of mind, we don't have a crime, we're not investigating a crime. This is a missing person.
No, I understand.
We're here at a community caretaking function.
No,
Just so we're abundantly.
Oh my gosh. Liar, liars, the pants is on fire. I want to know who's just said that. Police, you have got to be kidding me. Oh, we're not investigating you. We just want to know what happened to her. Please, you guys have watched enough police shows to know that the prime suspect of someone missing is the husband, right? Come on. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm going to back up. I don't know who's saying that. I wish I knew who was saying that because I'd be like, you are a liar. And I want to see the look on their face, but I can't. Oh, here, I'll back it up.
in life.
Right. Just so you're aware, the need peace of mind, we don't have a crime, we're not investigating a crime. This is a missing person.
No, I understand.
We're here at a community caretaking function.
No,
Just so we're abundantly clear.
I'm fully aware of that, and no, I appreciate it, and I want you to know I'm not going to. I'll be very quick with it. And if Tracy and I were talking in the morning, then what would be the process? I would just give you the phone, or I would come to Canton, or I mean to be away from. I do a lot of work on the phone as well as the.
We can come get it, and we get you to do it here.
Yeah.
Oh, really? We have a portable device.
Okay.
Bring it here and do a download. Guy works in my office that does it efficiently. Send him over.
Okay, great. So,
Okay, that's Tachika talking. I know that because Yuri has an accent, so it's not Yuri. And I know Tachika was sitting at the table with them and he's saying a guy in my office. So that's Connor Keefe that he's talking about. And I know that Yuri's talking to the mother because I saw some prior testimony. So, and again, we saw it in the evidentiary hearing that Yuri's talking to the mother. So this is Tachiko talking. Liar, liar, pants on fire, Tachiko.
will you guys, gentlemen, honor my request to give me a moment to talk to Tracy about it?
No one's taking your phone from you.
No. I don't know, but I don't. I'm only interested in finding out, and I don't care what it takes. But I just have to make sure that, you know, that I listen to all the advice I have come my way, which is a lot. I do apologize, but I most likely will be able to do that, and I'll be able to do it tomorrow. And that is my intention and my declaration.
Is there any, what possessions do we know that Anna had on her person? What's in her wallet? She, I know she had a wallet, she didn't bring her sunglasses.
She has a ring and her wedding band, which is diamonds.
Okay.
So she's got the engagement ring, the wedding band, and then she has, I think she bought some, she had a ring and a necklace that matched that she bought in Serbia. Then she, you know, she had her luggage, Louis Vuitton, Prada, and she had a Prada bag, or usually a Prada bag. And then, what else did she have? She was in a Rolex or Hermes watch. And,
Rolex or what?
Hermes. Hermes, Hermes watch. She would have, she had some small diamond earrings.
She was just wearing all this when she left.
I think she had I heard she had the Rolex with the Hermes, but it was the Hermes watch she had.
That she read.
Yeah.
She's not here now.
Yeah, so because everything's at Washington DC.
All her, what's in
All
Washington?
of our stuff is in Washington DC, like 2% of the stuff.
But this stuff here came with her.
Yeah, it's all this came with it.
It's just a short black jacket, is that right?
Yeah.
But you don't know what kind of pants or she was wearing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And the 100 boots was weird. Normally she wears like leather boots, like Prada boots or something she wears. So that was like really fun. I used to wear those. He was there.
Does she leave any belongings here, like for the trees, any?
Yeah, she's got a couple things in the up in the bathroom that's mixed with all of our stuff, and then she has her pajamas and there's underwear and different clothing. She's got a drawer over in remember I took you upstairs and there was Brian's room?
Yep.
Yeah, one of the drawers there, she's got all her clothing. Okay. But so she has enough clothing to last for a day or two, and then she has you know, and then she brings some stuff. So.
Okay.
Have you had conversations with Thomas about what exactly you saw that morning?
He did. It's all, you know, it was 6-year-old guys.
What do you got, buddy?
Did you make some? Oh, did you just make some art? Oh, that's so nice.
What do we have?
Yeah, you want to explain it?
Mine has window
Okay with you?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, this is gonna ask Thomas some questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well,
I like this.
not bad for some, better than I could do. Oh, there's but you know, the gist was that and Thomas, when there's action, he loves it. So his mother came down and then said, "I gotta go." And then one thing, "I love you. I hope you see you soon." And then she left. And first he said she went to a taxi, and I said, "Was the car up here?" And he said, "No, it was all the way down there." So I said, "You didn't see the car?" He said, "No." And I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, yeah.
That's pretty much what I want to ask him exactly.
So it's, yeah.
See if we get the same answer.
Yeah, of course. So.
He saw a vehicle that she got into, the obviously, you know, doesn't sound like he did, but we'll ask him again.
Yeah, and he kept saying it was a taxi, and I was like.
But
I
know you mentioned, I can't remember, did she normally take Uber or Lyft?
Normally it's Uber, but she has Lyft as well, I know that.
Have you guys ever called like the local taxi company before?
I have, I called, John's Taxi or something several times, I forget what it was, but I would pull it up and I would call and, I would call in the mornings that I didn't book it on time, it's very hard to get it at like 5 in the morning.
Right.
How did you normally get to the airport?
Yeah, Uber, yeah. Did you guys get in touch with Uber?
That is one of the people that are getting back to us.
Because we've called as well, and they were like, not. But I said, it's, they said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. But that's like Jen, Deller, like, well, we just have to find out when the Uber took. And I was like, that would be helpful, yeah.
And that was under her name, like,
Absolutely, yeah,
not a business account or anything
no,
like that.
all of the apps and stuff are under, yeah.
Right, it would be under like her.
Oh, Tissue Spy? Or,
Nip,
oh, no, I don't think so.
something like that.
No, the last thing Nick was that credit card.
It's a pain to change names over in all your accounts, sometimes you just leave it alone, you know?
Yeah, well, when we met, she did Church and Nick, and then when we got married, she did Church and Nick and Walshe. But I don't think there's anything left, maybe in Belgrade there is, but. Actually, she does have a Serbian passport.
Okay.
She's serving.
She does, yeah.
Is she at US also?
Yes, yes.
Where does she keep the Serbian passport? Where does she carry it around with her?
Yeah, she does. Normally she has a US passport with her. She carries like the Serbian passport, she wouldn't carry because it's not useful. They won't here in the United States.
I'm just gonna sneak in there, if they're asking Tom's
Yeah, go
questions, I
ahead.
don't wanna ask them the same
Okay,
questions, so
yeah.
I just wanna see if they're asking them.
Go ahead.
So what's he working on? It's drawing here.
We have to ask
Can
him.
you decipher for me?
No.
I don't have kids, so I can't translate the drawings.
Well, he's doing some math for us,
Yeah.
and he's got the happy face and the heart. But then he's got his spooky movie stuff over there.
Okay.
And then the colorful heart is new to me. Actually, no, it's not true. He enjoys he was doing a colorful rainbow before, but now he's doing a colorful heart. So the kids have no idea what's going on over there. Having a grand old time with all of this. They're so used to it over the last 69 months now, flying cops and girls.
Yes.
She's like, hey, I'll talk to you later. Like, okay, see you soon. Bring chocolate.
What's your schedule like tomorrow?
Pretty good. What would you require or request?
Well, we would like to, talk to the kids, but we have, trained professional who just interviews kids, it's not a police officer. It's a civilian that works with the VA's office, and it's not at a police station, it's actually at a very nice house in, Foxborough, near Gillette Stadium.
It's not too far from here, right?
Well, it's probably 45 minutes.
Okay, got it.
So it's actually right behind Gillette Stadium on,
Beaton Road.
Yes, that's it. But it's right behind Gillette, generally. And, it's a good setup, it's actually like just a couple of couches and chairs and, toys.
When you want to talk to Brian Henry?
Just bring the kids, well, obviously the 2-year-olds,
Hmm.
yeah, she's not speaking, I'm guessing much.
Some words, but William doesn't speak that. I mean, he speaks a little bit. I mean, he's like, I forgot about the phone. So
I think you can bring all the kids and toys for them to play with, and then, see if, we're just gonna have the, person ask them quite a bit about mom, and, last time, recent conversations they can remember with her, that's pretty much it.
that's fine.
And, it's really kind of a nice, casual, comfortable setting for children. It's specifically designed for that. We actually use it, for like children who are victims and stuff like that. It's really easy going, and you'll see, and then when you sit down before anyone talks to anyone, you'll see yourself in the situation. But, if you can get, I think we can get the kids in tomorrow, if.
What time?
I don't know what time yet,
Okay.
but we can call you in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta just, we're normally taking them to school, so, I would certainly be willing to organize that, and I'll talk to Tracy about, maybe give you all of it tomorrow.
That's actually,
Yeah,
that
that's a good idea.
would be convenient.
Well, I mean, we don't have extra time, I'm an emergency, so.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, what time are you up, about 7 in the morning, you said?
Unfortunately,
That's what time my house gets up.
yeah, no, right, how old are your children?
1.5 and 4.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, the 4-year-old, is starting to pretty positive feedback, right?
Oh, yeah, he's fresh. Let me see if I can get the time here.
Yeah, it's usually a really nice moment, does the questions, it's just a conversation.
It's fun, if anything that you feel is going to help, I'm willing to do, that's what you need to know.
We're trying every avenue here. You know what
I
mean?
appreciate
So
that, yeah, I mean-
Usually, we just need one little bit and we can run.
All right, great,
So typically, something will jump out. You know what I
okay,
mean?
I love that. Tom's gonna have the time of his life.
You won't have a problem talking.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I guess there's no one scheduled to be in there tomorrow, as far as like children being interviewed,
Mhm.
so it's probably wide open.
Okay.
Just gotta see what time the counselor is available to be there. I'm guessing they're probably pretty flexible, but like you said, rather get it done. Time is of the essence. We
Well, I mean,
want things done as
waiting
possible.
till Monday makes no sense at this point, we have no time.
It doesn't,
Yeah.
So we can talk in the morning and confirm. I'll try to get you like a tentative time. Well, we can just plan on it. I mean, we can tentatively would like 10 o'clock work.
So I have to leave here at 9, most likely, right?
You'd have plenty of time if you looked at that.
Okay.
Plenty of time.
Oh, hi, William. Oh, yeah. Well, say hello.
Hey, buddy.
Say hello. Yeah. Your iPad? Yeah, I'm gonna help you find it, okay? Okay. That may be a terrible mistake of giving them iPads at a young age. That's ruined everyone's life. Remember when they didn't have electronics in bed when we were younger?
Okay. Again, jovial laughing and making jokes about iPads. Again, where's the urgency? Where's the, hey, why are you asking me all these questions? You need to be out there finding Anna. You've seen the people who are hysterical and stuff like that when someone's missing. I see none of that. Do you see any of that? Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking? Let's continue.
Well, my boss in Canada is gonna give me a time shortly, so before we leave, before they wrap up, and they hopefully we can set something up.
Any other?
Trying to think, anything else for that before we terminate that?
I'm trying to think. Is there any part of the house that we didn't consider looking at, or should we leave anything behind? Like any?
No, but if you guys want to take another look, I mean, certainly open to that. If that's supportive. I know, I know you gotta look everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. Why don't you take another look? Why don't you go look in the attic and find out what the heck is up there and why they have a hole in the ceiling? Did you ask him why there's a hole in the ceiling and ask him why the drywall is in the drawer? I don't know. Looks kind of suspicious to me. Let's see if they do.
I'm not, it's neutral, so don't worry.
We got a new set of eyes, so I'd like to just check the
Okay,
box
yeah, hey,
anytime.
I love that, yeah.
Is there an attic?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so we didn't hit the attic
No,
last time,
right.
so we definitely want to do that.
Yeah, okay, it's not one that you can, like, walk around.
Right.
We tried that and I broke the ceiling, I fixed it, yes. 10 o'clock, anytime Kristen is in the council, that'll be there tomorrow, and I guess anytime works, so 10 o'clock.
Okay, there we have the answer. He walked in the attic, broke the ceiling. But what's up in the attic? Don't know. I really don't know. No spoilers here. I don't have any idea what's in the attic. Let's continue.
Okay, you, 10:30 or? How long is the session? Because that's an important distinction. Yeah, it is. I mean, they can go a long time, but like an hour, those are, the long ones are when we're actually have like a specific incident or a crime to actually dive into. This instance is gonna be like more of just like a conversation, and, you know, how the mom, you know, their sense of how mom is and stuff like that, I guess, you know. So I think it's gonna be good. I guess my answer is I don't think it's gonna be terribly long. Well, do you think it'll be more or less than an hour? For both of them, I would say an hour. Okay, so it's an hour, would, like,
Did you have to get back or something?
I'm just trying to figure out, the timing, you know, I think 10 would probably work out just fine, so. Okay, so let's plan on 10 o'clock, I'll get you the address before we leave. And we'll plan on that, 10 o'clock in the morning. That's fine.
I mean, I appreciate that he's worried about timing, etc. And I don't know if it's because the boys have to go to school. I'm not really sure what the timing is and why he's very positive about them going to go to this interview. But again, Monday morning quarterback, if you're trying to find your wife, you would do anything and everything to do it, right? So if your children need to go talk to this special person, maybe they have some insights. Maybe mom told them something, you know, it's a secret, I'm leaving, or whatever the circumstances are, right? You'd be like, yeah, what time can I get them there to go talk to the person? Like, you set the urgency. Yeah, we need to find her. Let's go. What time? She's like, oh, what, how long do you think that's going to be? I don't know. Again, just my Monday morning quarterback thought process. Is it your thought process too? Let's continue.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so you don't mind if we just take? No, I haven't been here before. Yeah. Sure, no problem.
Yeah, do you want me to, I'll knock this out.
Yeah.
All right, it is, 20:53, Thursday, January 5, 2023, straight after report.
Sergeant, I'd like to ask some questions about January 5. After that, well, actually, there's people talking in the other room. Who are they?
The people talking on that table?
No, there's conversations going on behind you, it sounds like. What's going on there?
Detective Lieutenant Lopes and Sergeant Buchanan are interviewing the defendant's mother, Diana Walshe.
And after the interview, did you have the opportunity to walk around the residence again?
Yes.
What did you see in the attic?
I went in the attic. The attic's unfinished. There's insulation and exposed floor joists.
But nothing else in there?
Correct.
Did you go back down the basement?
Yes.
What did you see in the basement?
If you go down the steps, to the right is utilities. If you go left, there's like a refrigerator. There's some storage boxes, some trash bags, some cleaning equipment.
Did you do anything with the trash bags?
I kind of manipulated the bag from the outside.
And what did you notice?
I felt like there was a carpet sample or a piece of a rug inside of one.
Did you open the bags?
I did not.
Did you have the opportunity to go outside again?
Yes.
What did you do outside?
We checked the shed, the backyard, walked around the property again.
And did you do anything with the pool?
We shined our flashlights into the pool again, but it was looked at with the floodlights the night prior.
Now, what about vehicles that night? Did you look at any vehicles?
Okay, just quickly. All right. So in the attic, right? It's unfinished, exposed joists. Didn't look like anything up there, right? The basement, there was utilities, cleaning supplies, bags, carpet sample. Didn't look at the carpet sample. Why? Cleaning materials. So currently right now, they're just investigating, right? And I'm not an investigator, but I've seen so many things that like things have to be in plain view, right? Plain view is like with your eyes. If you start to manipulate things and start to move things with your hands, etc., and you like didn't get permission to do that, then that could be, if you found something, that evidence could be thrown out because you didn't have permission to look and or you don't have a warrant to look. So I think that they're being super cautious at this time, just kind of looking and mulling around to see if they can find anything concrete. So that's my guess. And again, they're checking the pool. They are doing everything. This officer, fabulous job. I mean, I cannot applaud you enough. You're doing an amazing job, crossing every T, dotting every I, trying to do the right thing. I really appreciate this, officer.
We looked at the Volvo again.
And what did you do to look at the Volvo?
We went through it more thoroughly.
And did anyone give you permission?
Yes,
Who?
the defendant.
And what did you find in the Volvo?
In the Volvo was a receipt and a cell phone.
And did you ask the defendant about the cell phone?
Yes,
And what did he say about the cell phone?
it was the eldest son's cell phone.
And the receipt, where was the receipt from?
Lowe's,
Was there a date on it?
January 4th.
And do you know which Lowe's?
Weymouth Lowe's.
Now, on January 5th, besides this interview that's recorded, did you have any other conversations with Mr. Walsh?
Yes, we spoke on the phone a few times earlier that day.
Well, let me ask you, when was the first time you spoke to him that day?
Just before 9 a.m. on that Thursday.
And do you remember the substance of that conversation?
I just let him know that we were working on the investigation and we would be in touch.
And when was the next time you spoke to him?
About 3:45 p.m.
And what did you talk about in that conversation?
I had called him and left a message. He had called right back, and he asked about media and a PR person. And I had asked about if Anna carried large sums of cash on her. And he said sometimes yes, sometimes no.
What did he ask about a PR person?
He asked if he should get a PR person or talk to the media.
What did you say?
I said that he's free to talk to the media, although I don't recommend it.
Now, how long were you at the Walsh residence that night with the state police?
About 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
And what did you do after you left the Walsh residence?
We all went back to the Cohasset Police Station.
What did you do at the Cohasset Police Station?
We began digging into the financial institutions, but given the hour, they were closed and it was tough to get a hold of any record keepers.
So I take it now we're getting into January 6th.
Yes.
What did you do on January 6th as far as this investigation?
A large-scale search ensued. We brought in command posts and we established a staging area.
Who brought in command posts?
The Metro-Elect command post was present and the Mass State Police command post.
Where were they set up?
Behind Stop and Shop at 400 Chief Justice Cushing Highway.
And how was the large-scale search done of the area?
There were canines. There was the Metro Search and Rescue Team and the State Police CERT team conducting an area search of that wooded area.
Dun 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 dun! The Massachusetts Police CERT team. Do you recall the CERT team at 34 Fairview of Brian Albert's house looking for things from the Karen Reed trial? Dun 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 dun! Apparently, the CERT team looks for people, not broken taillight pieces or evidence. But hey, whatever. The CERT team searches for things. CERT team has entered the chat. Here we go.
Now, was anything recovered in that search?
No.
Sir, what was done to try and find surveillance video in that area?
Neighborhood canvases were conducted.
And how'd you do that?
We requested assistance from neighboring agencies, their detectives, to come in. We'd pair a detective with a trooper, and they go around checking residents and businesses for any sort of security footage.
What was done as far as press conferences on the 6th?
My Chief Quigley, gave a press conference on that Friday.
Now, did you have the opportunity to speak to any people as far as witnesses on the 6th?
Yes.
Who'd you speak to?
Jem Mutlu,
And where did that conversation take place?
the Cohasset Police Station.
And who was with you when that conversation took place?
Trooper DeChico.
And that day on the 6th, what was done as far as obtaining any digital devices from the defendant?
We collected on consent some digital devices.
And who went there to get those, if you know?
Lieutenant Fanning,
From what department?
Mass State Police.
Do 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 do. Lieutenant Fanning has entered the chat. He was the one that got the devices from Brian Walshe. Let's continue.
And now, sir, when is it the next time you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Walsh after the interview on the 5th?
I spoke to him on the phone Friday.
The 6th?
Yes.
And after that conversation, did you ever speak to him again?
Saturday.
Saturday. And where did that conversation take place?
At the same dining room table in his home.
And who was present for that conversation?
Myself, Trooper DeChico, Trooper Proctor, Attorney Minor, and the defendant.
Do 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 do. Trooper Michael Proctor has entered the chat. So who do we have? We have DeChico, Proctor, Minor, Mr. Schmidt, and I forgot who else. So we're gonna go back a little bit because I heard Proctor. I'm like, "Tick-tick-tick-tick." Let's go back.
Friday.
The 6th?
Yes.
And after that conversation, did you ever speak to him again?
Saturday.
Saturday. And where did that conversation take place?
At the same dining room table in his home.
And who was present for that conversation?
Myself, Trooper DeChico, Trooper Proctor, Attorney Minor, and the defendant.
And about what time did that conversation begin on the 6th?
About 2 p.m.
Was anything returned to him on the 6th?
The digital devices that we had on consent.
And were you present for that?
Yes.
Now, have you had the opportunity to review the statement from January 7th?
Yes,
And does it fairly and accurately reflect the defendant's statements?
it does.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to have marked as Exhibit 55 the next drive that has the interview from January 7th.
Any new objections?
Same objection.
All right, they're
Okay, I'm going to pause there for a second. When he answers, do you hear how he said the consented device, the consented device, the consented devices? Again, that is in a controversial topic, whether or not, yeah, he gave over the devices to be downloaded, but he didn't give his consent for everything. But it's coming in. Anyways, let's hear what this interview is going to be like. This is going to be interesting.
acknowledged. The audio from 1/7/23 is now marked in evidence as Exhibit 55. Thank you.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, may I begin playing Exhibit 55?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman?
The recorder is on. It is 13:52 on 2023. My name is Harrison Schmidt. I'm a detective with Cohasset Police. Our present is
Dave DiCicco, DICICCO.
Michael Proctor, PRO, CTOR, Detective with Milton County DA's office.
Tracy Minor, attorney for Brian Walsh.
And I'm Brian Walsh.
perfect. Thank
And
you.
we've agreed that I get a copy of the report.
Absolutely.
We were just talking about social media emails and passwords that Anna may use. And, so staying on that topic, let's just try to go through all methods of communication that you know Anna uses. I know she has a cell phone. Within that cell phone, applications that she uses to communicate, I know of Viber. And does that generate a separate phone number, or is that just within methods of texting like WhatsApp?
Yeah, it's, so she's used WhatsApp as well, but Viber is how she gets in touch with her sister mostly. But she used it a lot when she was in Belgrade.
Did she have any applications on her phone that generate a secondary telephone number that you know?
No.
Did she make any calls to
Instagram, she might use Instagram. I don't know much about that. And the iMessenger stuff has been, people been calling her on that. It's been coming on my phone over the last week, so.
And password for Instagram?
Those are the passwords that we use for stuff, the banking, so I don't know if she uses it for that or not.
And Bayograph is capital B, $1 $sign at the end.
Right. She usually uses that for accounts that we were, like, that she wanted to get me on, so like the credit cards. So maybe the bank accounts, I don't really ever look at the bank accounts, but Netflix and things like that.
Back to any other methods of communication? Well, Facebook, for example, you have access.
I don't think I have access to that. Whatever she put in my phone is what I have. But Facebook, Instagram, I do email, text, and phone calls. Venmo, I don't know if that's it. Yeah. Right. So Venmo would be something.
With regard to the financials, we had talked about, we gave us a list of 5 banking institutions that you guys use. If I remember correctly, it was Fidelity, Chase, Apple Credit Union, Loggerhead,
Liberty Bay. Yeah, Grand Union. Liberty Bay. Liberty Bay is a credit union or something. And they have they have one of their locations right here in Hingham. Or is that a credit union in Virginia?
Is it Liberty Day or Liberty Bank?
Liberty Bay, yeah.
Didn't she recently open an account in DC?
I think she was using her Apple credit union.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Capital One?
No, I had a credit card from Capital One.
She wouldn't have access to
No,
that.
definitely. No, not for that one. No.
All right, let's, anything else?
The money that was moved from sale of the house to the escrow or 1031 exchange. I think what else? I mean,
And where is that on your account in escrow? Or just circle back to that?
Yeah.
But I think you said, what was that, about $250,000?
Yeah, so 200,000.
And is that, those are proceeds from the sale of the street?
Yeah, yes, 10, December 29th.
December 29th is when the sale went to the board.
That's when the money hit, yeah.
And what is the property that exchange is slated to go into?
Well, there wasn't anything chosen yet. There was possibilities in Baltimore, but there's also, talk about something here in Massachusetts. But Baltimore, I think, was the main focus.
You guys have
No, there has been nothing.
And you have a couple other properties in there.
2 in the lane, none in Revere.
And any other assets?
There's what's in Belgrade. There's a condo there and probably a small bank account that her and her mother share. Yeah.
Is the condo in Belgrade in her name or is her
It's in
mom's?
mom's name. They also have a piece of property across that her and her sister own. There's a piece of property across from the condo in Belgrade that her and her sister inherited from her father. And then there's her, it doesn't sound like she went international, but then there's the country house, which is about 45 minutes out of Belgrade. That's in her mother's name. It was never in her father's name.
And these are all, the assets we talked about in the U.S., those are all joint, correct?
Well, everything's in our name.
Well, the trees are in our name, but. Fair enough. Is there any business dealings, properties that she's pursuing on her without your?
Without my knowledge?
Well, without your knowledge, you wouldn't know, without your, input, so to speak, like she's kind of like, this is my project, I'm doing this, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
I'll handle this.
No, that's not how our marriage works at all. If she was doing something like that, then I would have zero information about it. No, we talked about everything, when she was looking for the dog, she was looking for a new car, all these things.
So her business, like, obviously, inspire and then this real estate investment.
Only my company, the Lens company. Yeah, it's a cybersecurity training company, and that's a new company that I've been working on with my business partners. So that's what I do, not watching the kids and doing other stuff. So that's my main focus, and we've been building it up over the last 2 years. It's off the ground running. It's not profitable yet, but we're going to go cash flow positive this year. Training, yeah, human-based cybersecurity training. We work with an psychologist or a workplace psychologist who's my business partner as well, and we come in and train high-functioning teams like yourself in multi-team systems. Right now, you're reaching out to all sorts of different teams, and the ability to work cohesively with another high-functioning team is very important, especially for cybersecurity and for cybersecurity breaks. So, and it's all about incident response.
Any major financial losses with that?
No, not at all. No, in fact, we're looking to close.
Okay, so he was working on a project. I didn't know that. Sounds really interesting, right? So he is working with high functioning teams about cybersecurity and incident responses. Is your missing wife a kind of like a high functioning situation where you would have an incident response? Just saying. Just saying.
A large the government. We've got 5 or 6 possibilities, and we have a partner in the UK called QA, where they sell a lot of trainings to private and public companies. So it's been moving pretty quickly for a small startup.
Other businesses that you have, is that their sole
That's the main,
business at the moment?
that's the main focus, yeah.
The trading card business?
Yeah, there's the fresh food, but that's not really a focus. It's just, it's a mutual friend of Anna and I's who asked for support, and we've been, doing that over the last year or two, but looking to unwind out of that as fast as possible. It wasn't a business that I was terribly interested in, and I was happy to support Jesse, but also I don't see the financial benefits of that.
Is there a large investment on your end for that? Or did they start that up?
Yeah, I mean, we helped them out with definitely a good amount of money, $50,000 or so.
Place to recoup that money?
Yes,
Yes.
The focus is to recoup that and actually to use that money for restitution. Yes.
What was the investment with cybersecurity?
Yeah, I got actually, I don't have the exact numbers on that. We've, I guess it would be 90, so it was $80,000 over 2 years.
That's the contract.
We have a government contract now that's going to pay us $40,000 this year, and it's for over 5 years. So things go well, and then we got to close any of the UK deals. And once that happens, we would be cash flow positive. Both my partners and I are not taking any salaries out of those yet, though. So
You partner in the trading card business.
he's invested.
Dissolving.
No.
Dissolving or
No, I'm not partners. No, I'm just yeah, it was a support system for him, and we're friends. I saw opportunity during the pandemic. Things have really cooled off in that market, and that's why I'm looking to unwind, and hopefully he got rid of one of his partners, and now he and someone else are going to run it themselves. And they're bringing on a couple other people. Just it just wasn't for me. He's invested over $100,000 in the business, and he hasn't taken any money or salary for the last 18 months, and he's looking to make another investment in the business possibly. Oh yeah, neither did I. They have some boxes like $10,000. It's kind of insane.
So is the plan for new partners, new investment partners? Is that how you're going to recoup your 50?
Unclear at this time, excuse me, but he is bringing on someone who's got a huge amount of inventory, which is what they didn't have, and that's going to, off the sales of that, I could recoup my money, definitely.
We brought out the restitution.
Yes.
What is the timetable for that to be resolved? What's going on?
We don't have a timetable.
That's what
I have been pressing to get as much paid as possible, as soon as possible, but we don't have any deadlines.
So is the case of harvesting? How that works?
I would like as much restitution as possible to be paid prior to sentencing.
Yeah.
At sentencing, whatever money has not yet been paid, we will have a time period to pay it, set on probation. It's usually 3 to 5 years, typical.
Okay.
But it's always beneficial, everybody, the defendant, to pay off things as quickly as possible. So that's always my goal, but there's no timetable imposed.
What's the total dollar amount of restitution that's settled? That's still a ballpark.
Our corner, 50,000.
But we've already paid, close to 200,000,
How did we pay that much?
175.
That much. It's a little complicated because Brian's mother put up bail money of 75,000 that she has pledged towards restitution. So once he's sentenced, you get that back, but she's not getting it back. It's going towards restitution. And I think you paid.
So 165. Yeah. And there's, yeah, and there's, there's, right, just so you know, Anna's main thing was like, what do you come to DC? The reason why I couldn't was because it's not resolved. She was like, well, you're coming to DC, then we'll just pay that bill, and I was like, it doesn't exactly work that way, so.
So the monitoring that we want to do is, which is included, fencing, obviously.
It was supposedly, it would have been concluded in October. I think so.
Hingham Savings Bank and New Bank, is that something that you want to use for things?
I went down to Cohasset town when we got here, and I opened up at the local bank. It's a new, it was just one of the oldest bank in the United States or Massachusetts. And I thought, oh, this is great. I'll have a personal account there. I never used the Hingham Savings, but all the restitution money went in, and I took, so I put it all in there and wrote the check out. So that was the whole point of that. But I never did anything with that account. No access to it at all. I never, it's been close to a year.
Possibility that she had an account that you didn't know about? Would that surprise you?
It would surprise me. Yeah, it definitely would surprise me, but I mean, anything's possible. When she got the JetBlue card, she told me she was getting it, so.
Going back just to what Rob wrote, is there a possibility that you're going to be incarcerated at all into this?
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still on the table.
Of 6 months. But that has not, that's all been put under suspense because of this.
So that's also.
Because,
Yeah,
I mean, it's one thing if Anna could take care of the kids for 3 months, for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's another thing for me.
But also, I mean, Anna and my mother both lost it. They were not.
All right, hang on. We have to go back and listen to that. Something about Anna for 6 months. Tracy Minor saying something about his sentence. So let's go back and just listen to that really quickly.
Because, I mean, it's one thing if Anna could take care of the kids for 3 months, for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's another thing for me.
But also, I mean, Anna and my mother both lost it. They were not having it, so.
Fact that you made.
Well,
for 6 months.
after all of this, because we've been apart for so long, she's like, why do we do all of this? Why do we struggle this much? I mean, the cost of this house and running the townhouse and all the traveling and not being together. I remember being very upset when I talked to her about it.
Did you guys discuss the plan for the kids if you were to go, say you were to go in for 6 months, like where would the kids go?
We've discussed the plan of the kids going to DC without me.
Yeah.
And we discussed that on September 1st, because we only got this house for 6 months. I had said, maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know how long I will be able to see you or the children. And you'll be all by yourself. There will not be a lot of support. But, we decided to do another 6 months here, which ends March 1st. Now, as we had a difficult holiday season because of, not being able to see each other and her mother's illness and having to go to Belgrade, take a vacation there, not here, I said, maybe it's time to send the kids and I'll get a smaller place and we'll have to figure it out. And she said, well, let's discuss it. We're supposed to discuss it, for the new year, and especially after the news that Tracy gave us a few days before. And also, what was Tracy going to say if I take the kids and I try to do it with the kids? And I said, but I also said, you're exhausted without the kids. Think about what that's going to be like, having 3 boys at the house, and we only do Hans, so there was a lot up in the air, because you're not stressed with that.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Had to pause it there. I told you the kids were a big stressor. I knew it. I knew the kids were a big stressor. I'm not saying that Anna is a bad mother. I'm just saying that she obviously is putting her career over everything, right? Oh gosh. So if you didn't hear it, Tracy Minor told them just sometime in December about his potential sentence and that he was going to go to jail. And so they were talking about it. It was heated that it's time to send the kids with her in DC. And they were discussing it. And then now he would get a little place, but it's time for the kids to go with her. That to me is a stressor point. Plus, also Tracy, he said Tracy Minor just told him just beforehand that is a bone of contention. Let's continue.
Yeah, that's a big life change. So what, the lady over there?
Right, a big life change. Big life change. You're going to jail. Anna's working full time. Now she's going to have the kids. Let's continue.
We were thinking of moving Robin. Robin is relatively new. We were going to ask her if that would work out. She was in Serbia. She asked a few people if she was going to fly them in maybe. Her mother and my mother can no longer support the kids. They're just not in shape. They were a few years ago. Now it's just not possible. She's like, bring my mother. And I was like, your mother's like she can't let us. Yeah. Well, I mean, they were watching, her mother did help us a few years ago with 2, but it just wasn't possible anymore. So, especially after her neurological incident last year. So
how did that conversation, like, where did that rest? Like, where did you guys leave that?
Well, I left a message for her, and I was going to get more information from Tracy, and I was going to speak to Anna, and I'll just speak to my mother about it too. They both have a huge investment. Nothing had been decided, but that's where the thing was.
Okay, so I'd like to go back to first the day we left here. We really need to iron out what you did that day and a good timeline for you. I know that in a previous couple interviews told us that I left in 1:06, and I think you said you got up at 7:30.
Yeah, a little after 7.
7:30 with breakfast. And
French toast, yeah.
that's the previous. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Why don't we just start at when you got out of bed?
Yeah, of course. So we go get out of bed, and then because Brian wakes up, and then I came down. I didn't change in Brian because I took him to William's room. So sometimes, like I said, I'm supposed to change in the morning. I don't always. And then William was still asleep in his room at the time, but Brian was up. Brian likes to come down the stairs himself, so I got down, and then Thomas was already on the couch. They started wanting to leave early for work. And he's like, yeah, I already know. I said, why? I was like, all right, French toast time. So Brian came down. I made the breakfast and, emptied out, cleaned up after some of the stuff from last night's dinner. Emptied out the dishwasher and that stuff. And then I went up to get William and bring him down for the breakfast. So then we had the breakfast, which is the kids love the French toast on days off. And then was it coconut melon? Was I think what I put on for the kids. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was that. The kids have their iPads too, as you know. There's a lot of new toys that we were playing with. So that was most of the morning. I didn't have the phone at the time. I think I emailed, I made sure so Zach and Daniel, who are we basically working, we were always in contact every day, so I wanted them to know that my phone wasn't working in case something was coming across to let them know that I can only get emails on it and my mother. So those are the 3 emails I sent out. I was going to send out more, but I just didn't have time. But I figured the phone show up. So Robin came in, and the kids were excited to see Robin. And then I got ready. I hadn't gotten ready at all. I showered and everything like that. So, and I had time from 3 to 9 to leave the